Okay, the 6 or 7 of you still watching are no doubt asking yourselves, why did he show that? So let me explain the programming strategy here at Noir Alley, where I am solely responsible for the selection of films. Because this is a genre-specific show, you can't expect Double Indemnity or The Asphalt Jungle every week. My preference is to show the full breadth of the genre. And since TCM gives me a little extra time to talk about content and context, I use it to explore not just the best the genre has to offer, but some of the marginal examples as well. Making films is always a crapshoot. Sometimes you're good enough and lucky enough to produce something terrific. Sometimes you just end up shooting crap. To me, the art and business of making movies, the good ones and the not so good ones, is endlessly fascinating. And the misfires can give you a better understanding of the movie-making process than watching a film that's perfectly structured and seamlessly made. Personally, I love watching filmmakers try to pull something off despite the lack of time, money, and in some cases, talent. I mean, how can you not love this moment from today's film? Ron Foster is telling Pat Blair how to elude the cops as he shoves her out the motel window, and she's already in a different dress when she hits the ground running. I doubt that's even Pat Blair in this pickup shot. When the wardrobe person told director Edward Kahn of this gaffe, I'm sure he puffed his pipe and said, "Nobody's going to notice." And I don't know about you, but if I was hiding a fortune in diamonds, a drain is the last place I'd choose. Edward L. Kahn was only 61 when he made Cage of Evil, which, as I mentioned at the top, is one of 28 movies he directed between 1959 and 61. With 114 short and feature films to his credit at this point, I'd have figured him to be in his 80s. For most of his final films, Kahn's marching orders were to work fast and not waste money. And while it's easy to make fun of stuff like Invasion of the Saucer Men and The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake, there was a time when Eddie Kahn was one of the best in the business. In the early 30s, he directed 3 terrific pre-code films: Law and Order, the first film about the gunfight at the OK Corral, Afraid to Talk, and Laughter in Hell, an amazingly dark chain gang saga based on the novel by hobo writer Jim Tully. For whatever reason, later that decade, Kahn turned to making biographical shorts and Our Gang comedies, and he never again got anywhere near top-shelf material. In all, Eddie Kahn made 126 films before his death in 1963. Ron Foster starred in 5 of those movies. 3 Came to Kill, The Music Box Kid, The Walking Target, Operation Bottleneck, and Secret of Deep Harbor. After that, Foster worked mostly on television all the way through the 90s. Co-star Pat Blair, after changing her name back to Patricia, also had a long run on TV, first with a recurring role on The Rifleman, then as the wife of Fess Parker on the hit series Daniel Boone, which ran for 118 episodes over 6 years. So you can't say Cage of Evil hurt their careers in any way. And no, I did not miss the brief appearance by another future TV star. That was Ted Knight, playing a police lieutenant, 10 years before he'd land his signature role as Ted Baxter on The Mary Tyler Moore Show. Well, next week, I have a special Halloween treat in store. El Vampiro Negro, the Black Vampire, is a virtually unknown version of the 1931 crime classic M, made in Argentina in 1953. It is a stunning piece of work, recently restored by my Film Noir Foundation. It might be the most significant missing piece of movie history that we have rescued so far. Since we had virtually no shadows in today's film, we will be making up for it next week with some of the most evocative noir cinematography you'll ever see. This one is not to be missed. See you back here for it next week.